What's up guys, it's Themed Adventures here, and today we're going to be doing a video that I've been wanting to do for quite a while. It's top 10 must-try places in Disney Springs. Now the reason why I did this, and just quick backstory, is I've been going to Disney Springs for quite a while now, and something I noticed is that every time I go, there is a family out there who they go in, they just want to have a nice dinner, and they get flustered. And I don't blame them. There's a lot of stores to visit, a lot of restaurants, a lot of desserts, locations, so it is hard, in a crowd of people to really find a nice place to just go and sit down and enjoy. So I hope this video can kind of help those people out. And for people who are watching this video who've been to Disney Springs, I kind of need your help. Down below, just write your personal opinion on your top 10 must-try places. So that way, if there's someone here who's planning their next trip, they can kind of watch my video, read your comments, and kind of come up with a consensus of somewhere to try. Because this is my opinions; these are personal opinions. So I really hope that you can kind of help them out too. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. So number one on the list is Gideon's. Gideon's is really my only dessert location on my list, which is kind of surprising, but it definitely surpasses any other dessert location in Disney Springs. I mean, from the theming inside to the cookies to the different lineups of cookies and cakes each month, it's a must-try for Disney Springs, hands down. That being said though, you're gonna notice that it's a lot of people's must-tries, so the line can extend to over 2 hours long. So my personal recommendation, go to Gideon's first things. No, I don't want you to go have cookies at 10 o'clock in the morning. You could, and I've done it, but no. Going at 10 o'clock in the morning, or the first thing, when you get there, that allows you to do is to go ahead and sign up for the virtual queue. And what that does for you is that you can go and enjoy the rest of the day at Disney Springs. And when your time is up to go, they will just send you a text message via your cell phone, and you can go ahead and just walk right in. So that saves you some time of having to wait in a line to go ahead and try these cookies. Now, that being said, if you are not a fan of cookies and cakes, please don't let that deter you from going. This place has one of the best cold brews you can try in Orlando, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I always get the cookies and cream, but I did hear that the peanut butter is top notch. With that being said though, they do have different flavors every month, so don't be afraid to go ahead and try that flavor of the month, for Gideon. So again, must try, one of those things that you just have to go ahead and take a look at it once you go. Number two on the list is Boathouse. This is hands down my most visited place from the entire list. The fresh oysters, the strong drinks, yes, the strong drinks. The quality of the steaks, it makes this restaurant stand out for a perfect lunch or even dinner. I do prefer lunch though, especially while sitting out on the dock in the bar. But the restaurant has amazing seating options from anywhere. From sitting inside the boats to sitting on the outside dock, with amazing views of the old school boats parked all around you, or just the Disney Springs Lake in general. This is an amazing place to go. It has such a family-friendly, just good old American vibe to it, and it's for me a must-go place every time I go to Disney Springs. That being said though, it is good quality, so it is a little bit pricey, but in my opinion, it's definitely worth every time we go. So number three on this list is brunch at Wine Bar and George. Now notice how I said brunch at Wine Bar and George, and that's not to say anything about the dinner or even the lunch offerings. I just feel like brunch is by far one of the best places to have brunch at Disney Springs. The meals are simple but yet delicious. I usually go for steak and eggs, and it comes with potato fries. But this place is, it surprisingly, it's not one of the more popular places for brunch, but that's the best part. It feels when you go in there like it's kind of an exclusive feeling. You're there, it's very empty, you're by yourself. And it has such a chill vibe to it. George, the owner there himself, is just there walking around, seating you, and he doesn't say he's the owner. He's just there, and you can tell that it's a good place to work. You can tell everyone's happy. So it's one of those places that it's a great way to start your morning. And one of the best parts about it is that they do offer second floor seating. So the restaurant's located right in front of the boathouse. So sitting in the second floor with windows wrapped around you, get to see that lake and the same beautiful views that the boathouse gets. So it's one of those places that you just, for me, I have to go. And the best part about it, that it's extremely affordable. The dishes are simple, but they are delicious. So again, brunch at the Wine Bar in George is a must try, in my list, and hopefully it becomes one for you. Number 4 on this list is the Coca-Cola bar. Now, I don't think you could go to Disney Springs without visiting the very tiring to reach Coca-Cola bar. And I say that because it's located at the 4th floor of the building, and you reach it by walking up a ramp that wraps around the entire building, and that's 4 floors. So it is quite of a challenge to get to it, especially after a couple drinks or a full stomach. But nonetheless, the bar offers some pretty unique Coke only cocktails. So it's one of those places where if you are a fan of Coca-Cola, you have to visit it. One of the cool things about it too is that there's a fan favorite sip tasting tray, which basically is a whole bunch of test little shot cups of different Coca-Colas around the world. So that's usually people's go-to choosing, and it's a fun, good time for the kids too. So and although I wouldn't rank this at the top of my list of bars, cocktails in Disney Springs, the vibe and just the sheer fact that you have unique drinks up there with Coke products is one of those things that you kind of have to go and try it and give it a test. So again, top 4 on my list is the Coca-Cola bar. Number 5 on my list is the Hang Bar. Now, the Hang Bar is kind of different from Coca-Cola, so it's not one of those like bars that catches your eye and oh my god, I have to run in there and try it out. But the drinks in there are amazing. So it's amazingly beautifully detailed bar inside. And one of the cool things about it is during the holiday season for Christmas, they kind of decorate it for Christmas, very highly themed bar. So it's one of those places that just for the theme itself you should go. But I don't want that to kind of take away from the drinks themselves, because the drinks themselves are amazing. I don't know if you've ever been to Trader Sam's in the Polynesian Hotel, but it's kind of like that. The drinks themselves are themed, and the name of the drinks are also themed. So it's an all-around experience, and this is really what makes Disney Disney. So it has pretty cool, funky names, as well as the presentation. So for me, the cool-headed monkey is my go-to drink. So it's one of those must-do pit stops when you head out to Disney if you're looking for just a couple drinks and a couple appetizers to refresh you from that hot day. Number 6 on the list is Enzo's Secret Hideaway. This is Disney simply being Disney. I mean, the theming is so subtle yet so beautiful. I thought it was a bar, but it's more of a full-blown restaurant. And that's what's kind of cool about it, because it's so exclusive, it's so hard to find. You easily miss it, so it's one of those things where the theming really goes beyond just the decorative things that they have on the wall. Now I understand that the theming may not be for everyone, but it is really secretive. Has a secret tunnel entrance, so that definitely makes up for it. Most people overlook it and never even make it down to try it out. I have yet to personally eat there, but I have stopped by for some drinks, and that did not disappoint. Number 7 on the list is STK. This is a restaurant where I wish I could tell you how amazing the steaks are, but the truth is I have yet to try the food. For it to show up on this list and I haven't even tasted it yet lets you know how amazing the things I've heard from it are. They say the steaks there compete with some of the best steaks in Orlando, and when you tie that with the elegant location, it's a must try. Just a little side note before you do try it though, it is by far probably the most priciest restaurant in Disney Springs, and some families do complain of how loud the music is during dinner. Because from what I understand, it's more of a lounge kind of vibe instead of a family dinner vibe. So just keep that in mind when you plan on going with little ones and kids. Number 8 on the list is Planet Hollywood. I must be honest, out of all the delicious foods on this list, Planet Hollywood's food menu doesn't come close. It most likely won't, for a majority of people, be in their top 10 restaurant in Disney Springs. But being such a nostalgic American restaurant, it is a must try if you have yet to try it. It's like saying you haven't tried Chili's or TGI Fridays. It's like you have to just try it at least once in your lifetime. And from my understanding, there's not that many Planet Hollywoods in the country as there were before. So they don't offer the best food, but you gotta go at least once. Although the menu isn't anything special, the cool movie props surrounding you and the music makes for a good old time, dinner with the family. They do have a lot of props all over the place. I mean, more than your eyes can take at times. So definitely, if you're looking for just, you know, your regular, you know, American old 2000s dinner, definitely go ahead and give this place a try. Now, number 9 on my list is Raglan. So it's a complete opposite 360 turn from Planet Hollywood. The food is great, the theming is great, the vibe is great. You might have the urge to go ahead and buy some tap shoes after eating there. So if you visit Disney Springs anytime during 6 p.m. and 10 p.m., you need to make Raglan a must-visit restaurant. They offer live Irish music and foot-stomping performances that really make it a unique place to eat. So the setting is in a form of a theater, so it's not your typical live music performance, but it's definitely a unique one, and they do a great job at that. So with that being said, you know, the music is great, the beer is great, the food is even better. My go-to meal is Let There Be No Russian Pork, and that is by far the most literal term you can find in Disney Springs. It's in my opinion the best overall meal that you could have. If I'm not mistaken, they smoke the pork for about 12 hours, so it makes it an amazing dish. No knife needed. The pork comes right off. It's honestly, I can't say enough of how great that dish is. That being said, though, it is a popular place, so this place gets really full during these times. So you want to make sure you make your reservation before you visit. And I think that can tie into about anything you want to do in Disney Springs. Reservations. I know going to Disney, you know, Walt Disney World is not your typical vacation. Everything takes planning, everything takes reservations, everything takes, you know, strategic nap times for the little ones. So it's one of those things where yes, you do have to plan for it, you do have to make your reservations, but it's definitely worth it. So last and final one on this list is food trucks. So every day at 5 p.m. the Disney food trucks open and start serving tacos on one truck, and on the other truck they offer macaroni and cheese bowls. They also bring out another truck every now and then that offer other tasty offerings, but those two are the main ones that are always there. So while all the food is amazing, nothing beats the lobster mac and cheese that they have. It's not only delicious, but it's also quick and extremely affordable. They also offer other amazing, you know, tasty meals like the barbecue mac and cheese, the street tacos, but I'm telling you, nothing beats the mac and cheese lobsters. They are generous with the serving, so it can easily be shared as a heavy snack along your trip around Disney Springs. So there you guys have it. That's my top 10 must-try places with Disney Springs. Hopefully you get some good feedback as well in the comment section, so you can kind of come up with the right places to go when you go to Disney Springs. Now, my opinion is when you are planning your trip, if you have the luxury to do so, try to plan a whole entire day surrounding Disney Springs. If you can't do that, at least try to go every time for dinner to really give yourself that extra Disney experience. Again, it's Disney Springs, you know, it gets overlooked at times, but it's definitely a place that you have to go, and it surprises a lot of people who aren't prepared, you know, when they walk in there. So I hope you guys have a good trip if you are planning a trip, you know, in the upcoming days. If not, and you want to see some more content, please go ahead and go into my channel, and I'll have some videos there for you guys. Thank you so much, and hope you have a blessed and beautiful day.